Greetings, pilgrims. Since President Obama took office, the Environmental Protection Agency has imposed countless regulations that have driven up the cost of energy and killing jobs, all in the name of stopping global warming. We are basically having the EPA look at wanting to get involved in even spilt milk, something that we can drink, babies can drink, but if it falls on the ground, they want to know about it. It's very, very strange what's going on. Apparently there's a bill coming up in the Senate introduced by Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, and it would roll back the EPA's aggressive anti-energy agenda by preventing the agency from regulating carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, you know what that is? Every time you exhale, you create carbon dioxide. Every time you have a barbecue outside, you create carbon dioxide. Every time the leaves that you mulch break down, they create carbon dioxide and probably a little methane, which is even worse than carbon dioxide. And the whole gist of the thing is that the carbon dioxide supposedly causes the temperature to go up. But what they found, if you look at it, that the temperature goes up first, then the carbon dioxide goes up, because the oceans are full of carbon dioxide, and as the temperature goes up, apparently the water doesn't absorb carbon dioxide as readily as it used to when it was colder. So that's the reason why carbon dioxide goes up. It's the effect, it's not the cause, according to the graphs that I've seen. But nevertheless, it comes down to the fact that we have lost millions of jobs because of the EPA, and we will continue to lose millions of jobs if the EPA is allowed to go on these agendas, which only affect us. You see, China can go on and pollute and pollute and pollute and pollute and pollute, and it's not a problem. You never hear a liberal or an environmentalist or a tree hugger talk about China. It's always how the United States is ruining the world. We're ruining the world. And they always cite, our population versus how much energy we consume. Well, let me tell you, when we consume energy, we consume it a hell of a lot more efficiently than the Chinese. The Chinese have coal fires going on underground that account for more pollution than all our vehicles on all the interstates, on all the roads, and no one seems to give a damn about that. They are polluting, their workers lose arms, legs, fingers, legs, arms, elbows, you name it, hands, and they are relegated to less and less functional jobs as they start losing their digits and moving on down. It's totally disgusting. We honor these people. Obama brings them in as a phenomenal guest, and we owe them all kinds of money. We buy all their crop. Walmart is the vending machine for China. You should do yourself a favor and not go to Walmart if you can avoid it. And if it's possible to find anything made in the United States, you should buy that versus made overseas. I think the analogy is, well, you save all this money buying these sneakers made in China, or wherever the hell they're made. Well, the point is, if you don't have a job, it doesn't matter if they're $10 or $100, you're not going to be able to afford them if you don't have any money. Then there's, of course, our money is going to become worthless once the Chinese figure out a way to eliminate the dollar as being the international currency. The pound preceded the U.S. dollar as the international currency at one time, and now it's our turn, but that's waning, and that's not going to be anymore. But the EPA, I'm for the environment, but the point is, you folks don't get it. You don't get it that you're being poisoned. You're being poisoned by your food supply. You got Monsanto going out there making all this genetically modified crap which is more resistant to insecticides, so they use more insecticides, and the insecticides get into the product because it's more concentrated, and you're ingesting this crap, and you're just in la-la land with all your artificial sweeteners and everything else. You have to understand that we're number 50th in the world in terms of longevity. Now, this isn't my statistic. You can go to the government's own website, the CIA website, and you can see how long everybody lives. Even in Canada, where supposedly, their medicine is terrible. You got to wait, years to get this test, and months to get that test, and months and years to get that operation. So people come down here get the operation. But as terrible as their medical system is up there, according to people down here, they still live 2 years longer than we do. What does that tell you? What does that tell you about what we're doing when we spend more money than anybody else in the world on healthcare, and yet we get dismal results? Most of the places that spend far less, fraction, maybe half of what we do, these people live longer. I mean, does that grab you in any way? There's a guy named Joe Wallach. He's talking about the average lifespan of our doctors is very, very short. But anyhow, we're being poisoned with hormones, insecticides, artificial dyes, artificial colors, and you don't care. And you give your kids all of these drinks with all kinds of green, purple colors in it, and you're totally clueless. And the kids are all hyperactive because the cereals contain Cocoa Puffs and all this crap you give them. And then you want me to buy health insurance, mandatory health insurance, or you'll fine me or throw me in jail or something, when I want to use my money to buy nutritious food. I want to use my money, say, to buy vitamins and treat if I do have an ailment. And it's my decision how I want to go check out of this planet if I get sick. I'm not going to get an artificial organ transplant or anything like that. You think I'd do that? No, I lived my time on this earth. And eventually I won't be here, just like you won't be here. And maybe if I don't seek the latest technology, maybe I'll live a few years less. But I'll do it on my own terms. And that's my right to decide how I spend my money, where I spend my money. If I want to spend my money getting on a sailboat and sailing around the coast, or if I want to get in my van or buy a van and drive around the country and live in state parks and stuff until my time comes. The presumption of guilt, it's amazing. You can be murderer or rapist or anything, but the presumption is that you're innocent until proven guilty. Under the Obamacare, you're guilty and you can't be proven innocent, because even if you happen to be Rush Limbaugh or what's his name, the Donald Trump or whatever, and they'll still try to make them buy health insurance. Do they need health insurance? Don't you think they can self-fund their own health insurance? I mean, how much money could it cost someone to, when you're a multimillionaire or a multi-billionaire, you don't think you can have your own insurance? But they have to buy the insurance. And what really makes me sick is Obama and his gang of thugs. They have all these exemptions for all these companies that have paid dearly. And it goes back to who kept the dealerships. The people who voted for or supplied money for Obama basically got their dealerships back. The other people didn't. This thing was totally corrupt. It's totally corrupt. It's a bunch of thugs running this country. And this thing in Libya stinks to high heavens. What will happen if we didn't do anything over there? What happened when we didn't do anything over in Rwanda? 500,000 people had their heads hacked off, and we knew about it. Mr. Clinton, Monica Lewinsky Clinton knew about that. They didn't want to have a high, I don't know what they didn't want to do down there. But they've let millions of people die all over the place. All of a sudden now, we have the Al-Qaeda as being 40% of that operation down there of taking over Gaddafi, and we're supporting them while Al-Qaeda and the Taliban are killing our men in Afghanistan? Are you folks mad? Are you really totally mad that you don't know what's going on? Apparently, Israel hired 50,000 mercenaries to come up and from Africa into Libya to help Gaddafi. Why do you think they're doing that? They're doing that with our tax money, no less, right? And why do you think they're doing that? Because they know what's going to happen. Israel knows what's going to happen, and Obama loves it. Obama has treated Israel like second-class citizens. He's insulted them when they visited here, and he's basically got to the point where he helped overthrow Egypt over Mubarak, who was a solid, loyal ally of ours, and he kept the terrorists in check. But I don't think Obama wanted the terrorists kept in check, because now the Muslim Brotherhood is going to be taking over Egypt. Thank you, Obama, and now he's sponsoring and helping the Al Qaeda linked forces, which are up against Gaddafi. Gaddafi is obviously a nasty guy. He's done some nasty things, but the fact of the matter, he's a better deal. We know what he is. When we took over Iraq, he said no mas, no mas. He gave us all his nuclear stuff, so we didn't have to worry about them. But North Korea, the Clintons didn't want to mess with them, and they paid him off because they promised not to develop anything. Kept on doing it. This has been going on and on and on. And you know, if Obama, I should call him Odafi, right? If Obama, really gave a crap, he'd be putting pressure on North Korea from the fact that they're starving over there. The people are starving. They can't revolt. They can't riot, and we would do nothing. And like we'll do nothing when the Chinese go into Taiwan. So this whole thing is totally crazy. Totally crazy, and we'll get back to EPA in a minute. Yes, I am for keeping our land as pure as we can. There was a case of someone they found dumping contaminated water down mine shafts out there in Pennsylvania. Someone like that, they should do what they do in Russia. To get caught doing something like that, polluting like in that type of fashion, they'll take you out and they'll shoot you. They'll shoot you. This is a crime against humanity, what these people do when they do this type of thing. But no, they don't care about that. You should see what they did in West Virginia. They took these entire hills, they just plowed them down to get coal, and they just blocked up all the streams, and all the people got flooded out. And that was okay. The media, by the way, really never covered that. The media really never covers anything. The media won't tell you that 50,000 troops were hired by Israel to help Gaddafi. And I'm glad Israel did it. Let me tell you, even though they're using our tax money to do it, because they apparently have a better sense, they have a better survival instinct than we do. And if in fact you did hire this 50,000 troops, Israel, God bless you. And I think we should just, have draw a line in the sand. Either we take away all aid from Israel, or we impeach Obama, because you can't have it both ways, because Israel, I think, sees it the right way. Obama is a madman, and he has basically embarked in this war without any approval from Congress. He just did it. Now he's saying he had to do it. You talk about no-fly zones. Christ. Based upon his criteria, you could put a no-fly zone over the Palestinians there, over Israel, and stop them from attacking. Why not? Well, obviously, a lot of the people who voted for Obama, and a lot of them won't, but the diehard Obama people really don't care what he did. They don't care that Bill Ayers wrote his book, wrote Obama's book, the first book. They don't care. They don't care that he lied to us. They never care when he lies. It's like questioning Chairman Mao. During that, no one questioned Chairman Mao, no matter what he did. You don't question Chairman Mao, and you don't question Obama. And like I said, if the media spent 1/10 the effort to question Obama that they did Bush, who I had no love for, it would be a different world. Anyhow, as I say most of the time, eat your greens. Okay, eat lots of greens and stay healthy. Bye-bye.